Hey, what's up guys? This is Maintain StarCraft bringing you another HD broadcast today, and it's going to be for two players who are going to be pro players, Spanishiwa and BBQplox. And I'm not sure who BBQplox is, but if you guys don't know who Spanishiwa is, then you definitely should watch this video because he is one crazy Zerg player, and this is going to be an epic game if it's in line with some of the other games he's played so far. So as you can see, this game is going to be played on Metalopolis, and it's going to be versus BBQplox spawning as the Protoss player up in the 3 o'clock position or the 2 o'clock position, and Spanishiwa down in the 6. So it's going to be a ZVP on Metalopolis. They are spawning in the close positions, so we'll see if there's any kind of early pressure between either of the players here, but so far pretty standard stuff. If you guys haven't checked out Spanishiwa, then you definitely need to. He is one interesting Zerg player, and by that I mean he does strategies that no one else does, and it has been working great. He has been killing the ladder, and so stay tuned. If you guys want to check out more of Spanishiwa's builds, you can watch them at Husky StarCraft. Husky does a great job with some of his commentaries, and of course you probably all know who Husky is. So anyways, we're going to see what Spanishiwa does. He generally, the difference between Spanishiwa and a standard Zerg player is that he does not go for gas until about 40 supply or more, which is totally absurd. But you're going to see with a combination of non-gas units such as queens, spore crawlers, spine crawlers, zerglings, etc. It's actually a pretty viable build, and what it does is it really gets your economy pumping. His economy just gets through the roof if he can hold off the early pressure, which he normally does. So each player is scouting each other now. It looks like Plox is going to be coming over here, probably throwing down his Cybernetics core if he can get this Zergling out of the way. And down in the Spanishiwa's base, he has thrown down his 15 natural, and he's got his pool down as well. And each player is just kind of getting some scouting off and doing a little playful, harassment as well. So I haven't had a post up in a while, guys. I'm looking to bring some casts at a little more consistency at this point, so definitely stay tuned. I just did one a few minutes ago and realized at the end of it that Fraps decided it wasn't going to record sound because I had headphone virtualization enabled, which somehow Fraps decides that that's not something that bodes well for recording, evidently. So we've got that fixed now, and I'm bringing you guys another HD broadcast. Looks like Spanishiwa is going to be throwing down a spine crawler here, and he's also taking the gas here, which is pretty annoying for Protoss, although if Protoss is going for a 4-gate, which he is chrono boosting out the warp gate technology, that means he could potentially be going for the gate, and that means also that he doesn't really need this gas. It's not super crucial. Looks like 3 gates so far. We'll see if he throws down a 4th. He actually is getting a sentry, so maybe he is going to go for a 3-gate expo. A lot of times when Protoss players go early sentries, they tend to go for a 3-gate because they can build up that energy and use them for force fields and whatnot as well. Not the best locations for the buildings here, as it could be a little bit viable to a Baneling bust, but I guess since he's playing against Spanishiwa, that's virtually unimaginable. But crazier things have happened. Looks like Spanishiwa has got this main pretty saturated. I was wondering if he's going to transfer some drones down to the natural. And what he does is he just pumps out queens and spine crawlers. He still has no gas at 34 supply right now. Going to get one more spine crawler. He's 3rd and 4th queens about to finish, and it looks like it is going to be a 3-gate, some sort of 3-gate expo from BBQplox. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go for 4-gate since they're in these closed positions, but I guess since they are pro players, it is pretty reasonable that most pro Zerg players are pretty good at holding off 4 gates since they've seen them about a zillion times from the Protoss players. Nothing against Protoss. 4 gates a great build, but you should be able to really hold that off if you are playing at this level, but it can take you by surprise sometimes as well. So Spanishiwa getting a 3rd and 4th spine crawler. He definitely expects some early pressure, and looks like the Nexus is going to go down, so Spanishiwa needs to bring some Zerglings to come in and scout this. He could even cancel the spine crawler, but actually throwing up a 5th spine crawler as well, so he definitely expects some early pressure. As you can see, he has no army units whatsoever, so he's probably trying to make up for that, and he's probably got some extra minerals as well. On this map, you know, it's very hard for the Zerg player to establish their third because, you know, there's really not an amazing place to do that. You really have to go maybe across the map in one of these positions, or even for like a gold or something like that. But this third here is really hard to take, and looks like we're going to see some early pressure from Plox. He has got that 3-gate coming out, and what a lot of Pro-Dust players like to do is when they get that expansion, they're going to come in and apply some early pressure here. It looks like these spine crawlers should be able to hold this off pretty easily, though, as he has 5 of them, 4 queens, and a 6th spine crawler going down as well. He's got the evolution chamber. It looks like Spanishiwa finally has the gas rolling here, so around 40 supply or so, he got that gas, and he does saturate them all immediately, which creates a huge influx of gas. He likes to get his hatchery first, and then you should see him get metabolic boost secondly. So the first 100 gas spent on instantly on the layer, and then the second 100 will be spent, as you can see, on the metabolic boost. Spanishiwa likes to go Lings heavy build, so you should probably see some Lings upgrades coming out. And as you can see, the first one, Carapace on the way. I guess that could be for either unit, but either ranged ground units or for Lings. But it looks like Spanishiwa is going to try and get this scout off. He does see the Robo facility going down for us BBQplox, so we're probably going to see either a quick observer or maybe some immortals here, followed by most likely Colossus, since Colossus are so strong right now for Zerg. Spanishiwa's got this wall of defense here with queen and 6 spine crawlers. And that's going to be pretty hard to break anytime soon for Plox, but later in the game, you know, that could be pretty easy to cope with. Spanishiwa, let's take a look at the income tab now. Spanishiwa, it does have 45 over 40, so Spanishiwa definitely ahead. He was able to really get his economy pumping. He's actually behind in supply, as looks like Plox is starting to get out some army units, and Plox is continuing to kind of saturate the natural. He's continuing to produce probes here. He does have the observer coming out, and it looks like Spanishiwa is going to go for some Lings upgrades here. He's got melee attacks, and he's also got Ventrilo Sacs on the way. We'll see if he throws down a Baneling's Nest. Maybe he's going to try and do some sort of a drop. Ventrilo Sacs, yeah, right. I've been playing too much World of Warcraft, I guess. Looks like BBQplox is going to make a little push here. He's got the Observer, so he's going to pick off some creep here. Looks like this Overseer should be able to make it out of there in time. Looks like Plox is going to just kind of mess around and put on a little pressure here, try and scare Spanishiwa into building some extra units. It does actually have 16 Zerglings on the way, in addition to some a huge number of Zerglings here as well. And he's going to be throwing down the Baneling's Nest, so we might see some Baneling's drops. He does has the pneumatic carapace on the way as well. And looks like we have some scouting going here, and he's going to be contaminating that Robo facility, which is going to prevent that Immortal from coming out for now and really delay that. So pretty good awareness by Spanishiwa. That's a pretty high level play there, using that Contaminate. It's a very good ability, but I would say it is definitely underused, especially at the lower levels. And look at all these Zerglings. It looks like Spanishiwa has a ton of Zerglings, and he's continuing to pump Observers, which is kind of interesting. He might actually try and delay these buildings pretty substantially. That Immortal is just cannot get out of that Robo Bay. He is going to be super frustrated by the time he gets out. And looks like a Twilight Council going down for BBQplox, which is an interesting move. I don't know if we're going to see some Blink Stalkers possibly to try and blink over this this wall. And look at all these Banelings, 18 Banelings on the way. And looks like Spanishiwa might actually try and go for some sort of an aggressive maneuver here. He's still bringing these Overseers in and getting that Contaminated off. He actually has 4 Overseers, quite a bit of an investment there, and he does actually lose 1. But this Immortal has been just through a world of frustration. Looks like loading up his Overlords here. Looks like Spanishiwa is going to do some sort of drop here. He has a ton of Zerglings, a ton of Banelings, but he is still on these 2 bases here. This is a difficult spot for Zerg to be in. These map locations are not easy at all. Looks like he actually might move out here and trying to break down. He might even go just for the front door. By the looks of it, he's got these Overlords loaded up with Banelings, and he's got some more on the ground here. So it looks like Spanishiwa could actually do some pretty serious damage here. As you can see, BBQplox really does not have that much forces. He does have a lot of sentries though, so he should be able to get some force fields off. And here we go. Looks like he's going to go into the drop first and see. I'm surprised he's not in the. There he is. He's bringing the army into the back, and it looks like oh my God, these Banelings could wreak havoc on this parent Protoss army. Oh, and these Zerglings coming around the back. These Banelings are going to be coming in with reinforcements as well. And Plox is in a difficult position. He is losing a lot of forces. These forces were able to hold off some Zerglings there. But there is still a ton of Banelings, and they're coming very close to this mineral line here. He's Banelings can break through these last few stalkers. This could be a world of hurt for this, these sentries, these probes, excuse me. These stalkers continuing to take this damage, and it looks like here we come, these Banelings may actually do some serious damage to this mineral line, but BBQplox, oh, look at all these probes just getting, oh, they all have 1 life, and just a couple more hits of each, and there they go, a huge amount of damage. So Spanishiwa does finally break through that mineral line, and oh my god, Plox just lost almost all his probes. He is in a world of hurt right now. Spanishiwa with a very interesting move, totally unorthodox. He's going to bring some more Zerglings up here. He's still using these overlords. Great play from Spanishiwa. Looks like he's going to summon and wreak havoc on the main mineral line, and he's continuing to reinforce this with more Zerglings. He's got a Spire on the way in the meantime, and it looks like Plox is doing all he can to try and hold this off and recover here. This is what good Zerg players can do, making good use of this difficult spawning locations and just wreaking havoc on the Protoss economy. Let's take a look at the income tab. 23 harvesters are at the 14-minute mark, and Plox is just in a world of pain right now. These probes that are left all have just about 1 health. Look at them. Oh my god, Spanishiwa with an amazing attack there. Very unorthodox, and it worked awesome. I didn't know if he was going to be able to pull that off, but just a great play. Spanishiwa is able to do some pretty serious damage. He's continuing to queue up Banelings here, and he looks like he has a infestation pit on the way. Looks like Plox is going to go for an interesting move here. He's throwing down the Templar Archives, and he's probably going to get some high Templars out to see if he can get down some storms on some of these Banelings. Look at all these Banelings. We have 20 Banelings on the way, finally getting out centrifugal hooks, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't get earlier. And it looks like Spanishiwa is in a really good position in this game. He is just way ahead. That attack did so much damage, and he's going to load up these overlords again. I don't know why he has these damaged overlords in here. He could easily replace them. Well, maybe he couldn't, because that's just about all he has. So if he loses all these overlords, then that definitely could be actually quite a bit of damage. But some of these overlords with 15 HP or so, and here we go. He is going to be dropping all these Banelings on Plox. And here he comes. He's actually going to come up to the top here, and he's going to do some serious damage. He could hit into this mineral line. Oh my god, Plox has nothing to do with this, and oh, that is just utter frustration. So sick. So Spanishiwa is able to take that game out. And wow, what an unorthodox play there from Spanishiwa, but it was super effective. So as you can see, Spanishiwa doing some serious damage there. Don't know what's happening there, but I can say that it's probably not good for Protoss. Oh my gosh, Plox, 7 harvesters left after that devastation from Spanishiwa. So quite the game there, guys. As you can see, that's a good way of Zerg coming back. 2 base to 2 base is very difficult for a Zerg player to pull off. Spanishiwa was able to do it though, and definitely brought in some interesting strategies, which hopefully some of you guys, including myself, can actually incorporate into the game there. These overlords just laughing at the Protoss death. Plox GGing there, and Vile Spanishiwa with the victory. Hopefully I'm going to be coming out with some more casts soon, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to subscribe and comment below with any advice as usual. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Maintain, signing out.